This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right. So, the NFL expansion. We've talked about this a lot over the years. One of the things that I have always floated, I've always floated about, multiple bye weeks to accommodate Thursday teams and teams that go to London, right? And then when we've talked about having a London team, I've always said that that's not going to work. You got to have a European division. That way teams fly over, stay a couple of weeks, visit a couple teams, and I've always talked about this. You build a neutral practice facility in Europe. Okay? So that way the visiting team or teams, because there's going to be multiple teams out there, they can use that practice facility during the week. Okay? And there's several locations you can do in Europe within, close to each other. So Roger Goodell finally has said something along the lines of what I've talked about now for many years. The NFL visits London all the time, right? Well, would they add a team? Well, prior to the Giants' 27-20 win over the Packers at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says London could support full-time teams. He says, I think there's no question that London could support not just one franchise, I think two franchises. I really believe that, which is true. You could put another one in Paris, another one in Barcelona if you want, or Madrid. It's all pretty close to each other, all that kind of stuff. Goodell said that while logistics present an obvious challenge, the greater question may be if a London-based team could be competitive with the rest of the league. And then the Vikings edged the Saints 28-25 October 2nd at Tottenham Hotspur, and the Denver Broncos will take on the Jags October 30th at Wembley. So there you go. So would they add? He says, we're trying to see, could you have multiple locations in Europe where you could have an NFL franchise? Because it would be easier as a division. It's interesting. And there are segments there. If you go back a year, 2 years, 2 years probably on YouTube, you'll see there are segments there that I talked about this kind of stuff. And that's what you have to do. You have to create a 4-division team, a 4-division segment, or a 4-team division in Europe is what you should do. I didn't think of 2 in England. I thought of only 1, like London, Paris, Barcelona, and I don't know, Frankfurt, Berlin, something like that. You do something like that. And then you have like I told you, you have 1 practice location for the visiting teams. You can have hotels nearby, all that kind of stuff. And then that way those teams can practice and then take on, then they stay there for a couple of weeks. They take on a couple of those teams, and then they fly back and they have a bye week, and boom. So what you do is you probably extend the season because once you add 4 teams to 32, now you can also have a second bye week, and then, the less teams are off because you've now added 4 more now, to the entire bunch. But that's something that you could do. And if what's his name? Shad, not Joe Shad, but Shad Khan, right? Or right, is the Jaguars guy. If he doesn't get to build that whole complex that he wants to build with real estate and all that, because that's how he'll make more money back, because he's never going to really generate the revenue from the Jags in that area of the country compared to bigger cities and bigger places. So he's got this whole convoluted plan. I don't know if they're going forward with it in Jacksonville or not. But if they don't, that could be one of the teams you move to Europe. As much as Shad Khan has said that he doesn't want to move them. Yes, sir.
I have a question because I don't know that much about soccer over here. Where's Fulham located, or Fulham, or
Tottenham Hotspur? You're talking about the stadium?
No, Fulham. There's a team called Fulham that Shad Khan owns.
Yeah. He owns a European soccer team. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't know the logistics of
Well, would
London.
they be able to move the Jags to that area? I mean, is that
I don't know. That's a great question, but
he's already got it built in. I mean,
here's the problem: he would not control that part, and anything he would like to move his team to Wembley.
Gotcha. Okay, money wise, I gotcha.
Yeah. So instead of Fulham, he's going to go to London. You know what I'm saying? So, you go to Birmingham,
he's
but
already
I want to go to London,
Yeah, because he's already got the Fulham team there and all the facilities and the training and everything else there.
I get you.
It'd be a quick move. Whereas other teams, you're almost building from scratch up. He has almost at least some of the stuff there.
Yeah. Two Extremes just says, just leave football in the States only. Well, yeah, that's nice, bro. But you don't own the teams, and you don't you're not the one that makes any decisions. It's going to go international, whether you like it or not. It's the inevitable. Okay, live with it. I don't want the NFL global. I think it's a poor idea. NFL Europe failed. NFL Europe failed because you had NFL Europe talent, Derek. You didn't have NFL talent, dude.
You weren't bringing over Aaron Rodgers to play some games, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. The Barcelona Dragons aren't getting it done for you, dude. Come on, man. If you guys are going to make comparisons, make equal comparisons at least. Don't compare minor league football to NFL football. Come on, man. Big O, hijinks was my spot when I lived in Boca. Food is fantastic, especially the baked wings. The talent, all dimes, including Paige, a Finn's cheerleader. Well, dude, all you got to do is go to hijinks Instagram page. And yeah, you especially you single guys. I mean, the married guys, it's good for you guys because at least you go and your eyes wander a little bit and, whatever. You're not doing anything. You're just watching. But you single guys, just go to that Instagram page. You're like, wow, that's the best looking staff I've ever seen in my life. That kind of stuff. They should have instead an EFL ran by the NFL and the Super Bowl champs. And no, that's not going to happen. Yeah. I love how you guys are just selfish, and you just, oh no, it's just ours. And I don't want to share. And maybe we could give them a minor league over there and then they can have their minor league play no, it'll get expanded. And these guys are greedy. They're going to want to expand the revenue. And how do you expand the revenue? You put teams in Europe so you can get the European people to really get behind the teams. Like they're fans of the teams here now, but they'll become even bigger fans and you'll get a whole bunch of other ones when they have their own teams. So whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. Did I finish it? That's our KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.